Hey everybody, how you doing? GTR Bill over here. One of the easiest and most toughest things to do right now on a GTR is changing your pads. So I'm going to show you today, with the help of a good friend of mine, how easy and the tools that you need just to do that.
And we'll do a pad slap on a GTR.
You ready for this? Let's roll.
Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Guy. We can all do a pad slap in our garage very easily. Kind of do it professionally. We kind of need a lot of tools right here. Obviously we need a breaker bar to break off the lug nuts. We need a nice persuader with the punch. Break out the pins. I brought some cleaner to clean the pins, brush, moly coat, so actually the pads can actually slide better. I got the screwdrivers and the pry bars to actually back off the brake pads from the rotors. I'm gonna use actually my hockey pucks. 20 bucks for 4 of them. We'll use the jack and then we'll use a hockey puck underneath it so we don't ruin your nice little skirt there. We're gonna use torque wrenches. So we have torque wrenches already set there. Got some extensions, sockets, and WD-40.
So why don't we, let's start.
Let's do it. There's 4 jack points on the car. You wanna hit that and not the car.
What we did is we just jacked up the car, but there's some actually important points that we do have to understand about jacking up the car, right? Which is really important for your safety. So let's talk about that. Guy.
Let me tell you, hydraulics should never be trusted, ever. The story goes, I had a jack brand new from the store 20 years ago. Jacked up my car, put the jack stand underneath it, and as soon as I put it underneath it, it came down on the jack stand. It never did it again, but I never trusted hydraulics ever again.
So I noticed you got a pair of gloves on.
They're getting dirty. These brake pads get really dusty too, so we documented this so you can do this yourself one day, right?
Actually, I love putting stuff on YouTube.
All right, here we go.
All right.
I'm gonna bring the caliper out. This is the important piece right here. Come on, baby. There you go.
So as you can see, what's happening right now is we got to remove some pins. Those are probably the first 2 things that we got to make sure that is done and done correctly. Making sure that when you tap these pins, you got to tap them right on the tip, and you don't want to damage anything of these calipers. These calipers are very expensive.
$2,200 expensive. And they're powder coated from the factory and can't be redone. You gotta get new calipers if you chip them.
Shit.
So we got the guide pins out.
Right.
The main pins for the tensioners for the anti-rattle clips.
Right.
So now we're gonna take off these things.
So no need for any ratchet gun, no need for anything, right? This is the smart way, is always remember that this should be done all by the hand. No power tools needed. Just to do this correctly, we use our hands.
And be very carefully and try to go as slow as possible so you can not chip anything. Okay, Bill, what we're gonna do now is we got these retainer pins off, these slide pins here too. Now, at this point, we're gonna clean everything back up. We're gonna get it all clean, put everything back together. We're going to go back in real nice and smoothly. At this time, when you have everything off, check your pistons. Make sure the rubbers in here are not blistered, broken off, melted, gone. Believe me, I've seen them melted and gone. And that's from trail braking into the turns. They ride the brake and then they get into the turn, they hit it really hard. Rotors don't really show it that much all the time, but they turn blue. And should be replaced with every pad replacement. That's my recommendation always for everybody. But always check out these boots, make sure they're not worn and messed up. If they're worn and messed up, there is no kit for these rubber boots. You have to get a new caliper. This is just EFI cleaner. You just try to clean as best you can. What you're trying to do is leave it back up so it'll go back in smoothly. Otherwise you'll be fighting this thing and you're gonna make a mistake.
All right, so far you've seen Guy basically do a lot of taking apart of the pads. He's basically cleaned everything. Now, next step, pulling the pads out.
Screwdrivers. Now what you're trying to do is not chip the caliper again. Just kind of twist and see the space? Don't push on the rotor if you're going to reuse the rotors. Push on the pads because the pads aren't going to be reused again. Back it off a little bit. And Obviously shifts. And what I like to do, get one in there like that. Come on, baby. Just work yourself down, get all those 6 pistons back in. And just like that. There we go. That's it.
Slide out.
These cracks, not too bad. Not too bad at all. They are low. Jeez. Start calling you Racer Bill. Again, we're going to try to clean up as best you can. Don't use this on powder coated stuff. Just try to wipe it out. Just a little bit. Just get the junk out of there. That's it. All pushed back. Ready for install.
Pads are out, everything's looking good. Now, what you all been waiting for. Let's get our new pads in.
Moly coat from Nissan. Just lightly, this is caliper grease pretty much. That's all you're doing. One for each axle. You don't need to goop this on because it'll actually get into your pads. You don't want that. And what this does is, when the pads are in there, that helps it slide back and forth. It's a high heat lubricant. Okay. Ready for the pads?
Let's do it.
Try to line it with the holes there. And the holes there.
Boom.
And then, this is where we take our stuff. Just to help you
Simple
out.
that was. New pads, look at the thickness. Woo!
And I'm going to explain to you guys about how these things are supposed to go in. They're supposed to go in like that, obviously, not like this, and everybody knows that. We'll put this on first. See the other bolt. Okay. So you see here that I'm holding it in. You can actually shift. Okay. Now what we got to do is we actually have to torque these on. There's a torque spec.
Do you guys know what that means, torque spec? That means torquing it down for a certain poundage. What's the torque spec?
22 to 25.
22 to 25 pounds.
So obviously you can't do that by hand, can't do it by feel. Obviously you can do it by yourself, just whatever. But you know, every time you do these cars, they're gonna go 200 miles per hour every time they leave my hands. So you go right.
There you go.
That's it. I mean, that's it.
Boom. So now, Guy, what we're doing is we're gonna put the pins back in, right?
Yep. Lubricate them back up. I'll find the hole. This one's not lubed up. There you go. And you just gotta find the holes and do it as slowly as possible. I know it seems unethical, but I'm working with one hand.
Nice and easy. Look at that. Just tapping it back in.
It's not all the way in, but we got
Just
it
for
guided.
now. Yep. Just for now, it's guided. So you see that, guys? I'm gonna zoom in on that right now. Look at that. You notice that piece? It's still not all the way in. So we're just getting them ready. Nice and easy. Tapping it back in. Just about to the point.
That's it. Now, we gotta be careful. Hear the noise? That's it. It's got a spring load in here. It goes around it. It's like a clip. And that's the only thing that holds it in. That's it.
Boom, was that it?
Nothing fancy, just it.
New pads?
New pads, left front, done.
Done. Hang on. Don't think that this means that you could just drive off. If you notice, there's a gap right here. Now, why is that gap there?
When you push back the pistons with the brake pads. So
Right.
make sure when you jump in the car, you just go straight out because you have no brakes for a couple pumps.
Right. So that means you gotta pump up. Boom! Like this. Arnold Schwarzenegger, you got nothing on me. I will crush you like a little insect that you are.
All right, we got the front brakes done. Now the rears are a lot harder. Only in the sense is that we can't turn out the calipers like I did like that. And that would look really easy. Thing is, we gotta do the same thing on these ones, but this one has one retainer clip on it, which is kind of difficult. I'm gonna have to do a little trick to hold something back here so it doesn't jam over and chip that caliper. But you can see I have to go all the way back up in here to get the pins back where they need to go. A little more difficult, but should be able to do it. Just taking it nice and easy and slow. I know it doesn't look like I'm doing it slow, but see now, that's where it starts to come over. Come on, baby. Next, same thing. I want to kind of keep this in here so it doesn't slide over on you and chip that beautiful caliper. Make sound.
That sucker's a little hard to get out, but you still got to take your time and try to pull it out.
All right, so that was tough getting that back brake off, but getting a sweat just like working on this stuff. It's pretty tough. I know I'm doing a lot of work. Most of it is me. I don't know what Guy's doing, but trying to do as much as I can to help him out over here. Trying to show him the ropes. We're gonna keep this going, okay? So hang in there. We're now putting the pads in, and we're hitting the pins back in.
That's it. You actually hear that sound. That's it. You see how I keep the screwdriver in here so your spring doesn't come over and chip up your nice, beautiful calipers. Rear brakes are done. Boom.
As you see, this is what it takes to change your pads on your car. And I want to thank Chris, Speed by Design, who's actually helped us get the brake pads over here. Everybody who needs parts for your GTR, call SPD, Speed by Design, ask for Chris. Tell him GTR Bill sent you. He'll get you the best price on any kind of parts you need for your GTR. Guy, I want to thank you, man, for showing everybody, teaching me, teaching the world, teaching everybody out there. This is a brake pad special of what we're doing over here, of how easy it is to change your brake pads on your car, right?
I just make it look easy, but yeah, it was fun.
It was fun, right?
It was actually fun.
Right on, Guy. Thank you, buddy. And
Anytime,
to
Bill.
you all, keep looking at us. We got more to show you. See you soon.